Family, welcome to another episode of Financial Freedom. I am your host, Derek L. Brown, as well as your accompaniment on this journey. And like I always start off, I have to start off by saying thank you. We started on March 19th, 2020 on the Hope TV, that you can find on multiple platforms, by the way. Shameless plug. We started on March 19th, 2020 with one show, and that grew from one show to over 35 shows because of your 10 million views at the time. Now, 45 million views on various platforms. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to inform you and inspire you. Well, look, on this episode of Financial Freedom, we're going to be talking about a topic that we hear about a lot, but we're going to have a doctor put some meat on the bones. And that's coming from Dr. Bailey. He is a chiropractic artisan. I love that title, by the way. His name is Dr. Aaron B. Bailey. This episode, we're going to be talking about how health is wealth. It is key to wealth creation. And we're going to be talking to him about that. He actually completed his undergraduate studies at Wofford College in Spartanburg, South Carolina. He is currently practicing in the greater Atlanta area. He is dedicated to people, helping people live, survive, and thrive. He is very much about his passion for helping people through the art of chiropractic. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Aaron B. Bailey.
Thanks a lot, Derek, for that warm introduction. You nailed it, buddy. You nailed it.
Look, I try. I'm so nervous. But look, we were talking toward the end of the last episode, and we just scratched the surface with the stuff
hmm
that you have in your mind. I'm really excited about that. Uh, One thing that we have seen, especially with people, and I mean no disrespect to him when I say this, but especially to people like Steve Jobs, who created this huge
Yeah.
company of Apple, who was a mastermind between many great technological devices. However, when his health began to fade due to his illness, there was nothing that he could really do about that.
That's exactly.
He actually commented about how important health is, how none of his money could do anything about that. And
Yeah.
you very much brought that up as well, that health is really is something that we should invest in as part of our wealth building. Would you expand on that, please?
Absolutely. Very good. Very good. Yeah. I that article from Jobs shaped me as well, Derek. I remember that he
Mm.
said all of the money in the world could not buy me another week of life.
Right. It was deep.
Yeah.
It hit me.
Yeah.
I do remember
Yeah.
reading that.
Yeah. And they say it profit a man nothing to gain the world but lose his soul. And
Mm.
not to get too deep into that, but the place that I want to come from and being a natural healthcare provider at
Right.
I practice in Atlanta. I practice chiropractic, Vining Spine and Health Center. I've been practicing there for years in the
Right.
Smart Vinings area. But a long time ago, I was in a seminar with Les Brown.
Right.
Are
I
you
know Les
familiar with?
Brown, great motivational
Yeah,
speaker.
Les Brown. So Les told me we were having he was talking about having a personal preservation plan,
Mm.
and I've
Okay.
expounded on this personal preservation plan because we want to keep our goose laying golden eggs,
Right.
and your goose is your health and your earning ability. And it is really sad to see that so many Americans make it to the end of their working years and they spend all of this time investing into a 401k and retirement and da da
Mm.
da 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 da
Mm.
because I still want to have money at the end of my working career.
Right. Right.
But they arrive there and they don't have health left over. And one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in the United States is having medical bills that are too much.
Wait a minute.
So,
Wait a minute. So you mean these kids that'll eat you out of house and home ain't bankrupting people, but medical bills is catching you before anything else does?
yep. It's one of the
What about
leading
student
causes
debt?
of bankruptcy in this country.
Like, what about?
But
I'm okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead.
hoping you say it. What about health insurance? Was that on the tip of your tongue?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what about, you know, what does health insurance do for you if you're still going
Exactly.
bankrupt because of
I'm so,
medical bill?
I'm so glad you said that, because anybody that thinks about having financial freedom understands the critical importance of being properly insured. You know,
Right.
your house should be insured, your car should be insured. I am currently, you see this strap over my shoulder, and
Right.
I was smart enough to get disability insurance. I am a business owner. I don't have a safety net of working for a company and they have some kind of
Right.
disability insurance for me. I purchased disability insurance and they are currently paying me every month. And if I did not have it, I don't know what I would have done.
Wow.
So having
Wow. And
insurance
if you
is
don't mind me
important. Go
asking,
ahead.
how long will you be out? If you don't mind me asking, how long will you be out?
I was out for 1 year for the first surgery, and then I'll be out
Oh,
for another year for the next surgery. And I was back at the table adjusting for a handful of months. So it is likely that I'll be
wow.
out in total uh, 2 to 3 years easily.
Oh my Lord. So I can only imagine how much stuff would pile up if you weren't insured.
That's exactly right.
Oh my Lord. That is oh man.
So having insurance in the right place is critically important. But when it comes to health insurance in this country, I believe, and this is a big one, I believe that it is not true insurance. And I believe that people need to have their own personal preservation plan, because this is really, I want people to start thinking, and the families and the individuals that I adjust and take care of in my practice, I say these things to them. I want them to start thinking of their health insurance, that little card, United Healthcare, Blue Cross Blue Shield, or whatever it is.
Right.
I want
Right.
them to start thinking of that as supplemental health insurance, but not primary
Okay.
health insurance.
Okay.
Your
So
primary
what's
health
your primary?
insurance is what we decide to do, Derek, with our lives every day. It is our lifestyle.
Uh, okay.
The
Okay.
it is well known that inflammatory disease and inflammatory diseases, diabetes, cancer, all the basis of all that stuff, the big three: diabetes, heart disease, and cancer, are the big three killers in this country. And all of those
Right.
things are derivatives of inflammatory disease. So
Okay.
your biggest
Gotcha.
health insurance is your lifestyle. How do you think about your health, and how do you practice? Do you have a plan? If you don't have a plan, you may have heard this before. If you fail to plan, you plan
You plan
to
on it.
fail.
Right.
So if
That
you do
happened
not
as well.
have a health plan of your longevity, then you're planning to fail. And that's what most people in this country are doing right now. Their health is bankrupt into their later years. And they think somehow that little card is going to help save them somehow. The thing that we must have and we must empower people to do is think about their health in a different way and say lifestyle is the thing that I have to do to really ensure my health. It's the biggest insurer. Now, when lifestyle, what are the things? There are five major components of having health. The first
Okay.
one is having a healthy nervous and immune system. The nervous system are the things that chiropractors work with every single day. It's called the central nervous system, brain and spinal cord. Spinal cord lives
Okay.
inside the bones of the back, and everybody knows that we got stress throughout the course of our lives, and those bones can become misaligned and they put pressure on the nerves, and it interferes with how the nervous system works. That's how chiropractors help people be optimally healthy. So having a healthy
Right.
nervous system is the first component of having proper health and longevity. The second one is you need to have a positive mental attitude. I see that big smile coming on your face. You got to be able
I'm
to
just
smile
laughing
and
because I'm
have
like,
fun and
of
laugh.
course, of course, a chiropractic artesian would say number one is a healthy brain is fine.
Yes, that's right. That's right. You got to go. People have to wrap their minds around that they need to invest money in chiropractic care throughout the course of their life. For every $1 spent on chiropractic care, you save more than 8 medical dollars.
Okay,
For
I
every
did not know
$1 you
that.
spend on
Okay.
chiropractic, you save 8 medical doctors. In this day and age,
That's pretty
people
good.
are bringing their children to chiropractors because they understand that their children grow up healthier, they have less disease, less sickness, and they stay out of the medical doctor's office far more than those who are not under regular chiropractic care.
How old does your child have to be to get started?
They have to be born.
Oh, okay. That's
They
a
have to
lot.
be born. My clients over the course of 21 years of practice, there have been many times that I have went to the hospital from the request of the patient. Says, "Doctor, we want you to come and check and make sure that our child's spine is properly aligned from birth."
Wow.
Now,
Okay.
most
Gotcha.
people practically should certainly start their children in toddling years because a toddler is going to continue to fall and fall and fall as they're learning how to walk.
Okay.
Um, so from the toddling years, you certainly should bring them into a chiropractor. When you get adjusted from a chiropractor, when you're that young, most of the time you can use the same amount of force that you push a finger on a closed eyeball. That is enough to correct a very young child's spinal misalignment. But without getting too deep into that, I know we're talking about financial freedom, and I want to hit those points for you. So we're talking about the 5 parts of health because I want people to start to think of their lifestyle as being their best path to financial freedom and having the freedom of their health and ensuring that some kind of health problem is not going to potentially cause a problem in their finances down the road. So we talked
Right.
about healthy spine and nervous system. We talked about having a positive mental attitude. Don't have stinking thinking. Don't sweat the small stuff. Smile and get a belly laugh every single day of your life and be in the company of people who are happy people. This is
Mm,
important and critical to being a healthy person. The third thing
okay.
is we need to rest at night. So when it comes to parents, we need to tell our teenagers, put away the phone, and it needs to be an
Mm,
hour before it's time for them to go to bed so the brain and the mind can wind down.
I've heard that.
And
I've
then,
heard that.
this day and age, we're looking at that phone to the minute that we go to sleep. We need to put the phone down, we need to create a bedtime, and we need to be able to sleep. I use a sleep tracker to help keep me accountable for how many hours I'm sleeping through the week and what have you. So we've got 3
Okay.
parts of health that we've talked about so far. The next 2 are the most popular, and that's why I leave them for last because most people already get it. Diet, exercise are the other 2
Gotcha.
components. I don't really
Right.
need to talk
Okay.
a whole lot about that because they're so popular. It's the other 3, the chiropractic care and the positive mental attitude, and also getting the proper amount of rest at night that people don't really think about. Um, but those things are critically important if we want to ensure that we have true financial freedom. And then when we get that financial freedom, what are we going to do with our lives? You've got all this money. You've got a mil, 2 mil, 5 mil of net worth. You don't have to work again. You've arrived. You better have an overabundance of health, wellness, and energy in order to be able to enjoy all of that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, 2 of the things that have shaped me into getting financial freedom is I had a business coach a long time ago um, that imparted to me that I must have an overabundance of money. I must
I mean, that doesn't
have
seem like
an
a bad thing.
overabundance of energy and vitality and health in order to be able to earn that money.
Okay.
So I repeat these things, on a regular basis. I must have an overabundance of money and I must have robust health in order to create robust wealth.
Hold on, because that's really good. Hold on. I must have robust money and robust health.
I must
I
have
cannot have the
robust
robust money
health.
without the health.
You have to have robust health in order to create robust wealth.
Exactly. I like that. I like that.
Yes.
So I was hoping you would correct me. Uh,
Hmm.
so you must have robust health in order to create robust wealth.
That's exactly right.
So this is creating wealth over a long period of time. But in order for you to be able to do that, you have to be able to be healthy enough to produce it.
That's exactly right. You have to keep the goose laying golden eggs. You
Mm-hmm.
can't
Mm-hmm.
rob. We all know the story about the goose that laid golden eggs. The guy got greedy and
Right.
said, "I want all the eggs out of there," and tried to pull them all out. And now the goose is gone, and there's no more golden eggs.
Right.
So when it comes to be our earning potential is the best thing that we have going for us in order to create financial freedom. And
Right.
if we don't have our health, we can't earn. I'm a doctor of chiropractic. I I personally am not earning. I have another doctor that's working for me that is still earning money, and I'm still making some money from that other practitioner. But I myself do not have a direct ability to earn money in that way. I have multiple streams of income, and we can talk about that. And I've learned how to invest in the stock market and
Oh,
create
let's
money
do.
that way, because uh, it's going to be very difficult for most people to really create financial freedom if they only have one stream of income. You have to
Right.
create
I've
multiple
been
streams of
hearing that
income.
more and more. I've heard that it's no longer a want; it's a necessity to have multiple streams of
It,
income now.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I want to make a book recommendation, and the
Okay.
book recommendation for your listeners is the 4 Hour Work Week. The 4 Hour Work Week. I'm trying to think of the author's name. I can't think of it right now. But this book really helps change the mindset of uh, different avenues to create financial freedom, so to speak. Um, so so the big thing that I want people to have a takeaway: if you want to have financial freedom, if you want to have robust health, robust wealth, you need to have robust health and you need to have a plan for that. What is your personal preservation plan on a weekly basis? How often do I get my lazy behind out there and run that's uncomfortable, that I'm keeping my cardiovascular health? Do I spend some money to go to the chiropractor? Am I in the floor stretching, doing push-ups and sit-ups? These things need to be done on a regular basis, and it needs to be part of our lifestyle. It is a part of financial freedom, because you never want your health to be bankrupt and it to threaten your finances.
And
Does that make
let me
sense?
make sure that I'm hearing you right, because if I'm hearing you right, the preservation of your health does a whole lot for you. One, it gives you more time to create robust wealth. Two, it also gives you a lack of medical bills to take away from your ability to invest in robust wealth. Then it
Correct.
also gives you then it also gives you the ability to create new healthy habits that can create new healthy mindset, which gives you more time to be able to transform because you're living a healthier lifestyle, which also gives you more time to create
Yes.
robust wealth.
Yes.
So it's it's a whole comprehensive lifestyle change if I'm hearing you right. It
Exactly.
doesn't depend on doctors. It doesn't depend on someone to make me well. It puts the onus on me to say I'm
Exactly.
going to have my primary healthcare plan, like you said, my self-preservation plan, to be first and foremost a healthy lifestyle, healthy eating, going to see my chiropractor on a regular
Yeah.
basis for adjustments, a healthy and happy mindset. And if I can just do those things on a consistent basis, I can have the health needed to create financial freedom going down the
Exactly.
road.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you think about like the vast majority of people, what do? They work until they can retire, and then they get
Hmm.
62 or 65, and then they're like, oh, I'm retired. Talk to any senior who's 65 who retired, who still has some health, and every single one of them are going to say, I was bored after this period of time, and what am I going to do now? Life is not over,
I
you know?
didn't. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah,
lying about that one. You're not lying
yeah.
about that.
And when you have a passion for what you do, work is not work anymore. It is your life's purpose. And everybody,
Hmm.
if you can connect to your life's purpose, why would you ever want to stop living your purpose? And if living your purpose is also connected to earning, then you just do it on a scale that you can still enjoy all the different freedoms. You can go fishing when you want to go fishing. You can go shopping in Italy when you want to go shopping in Italy or whatever. You can get on a plane, travel, do whatever you want. Um, but I always want people to start to think about your health is a bank account. You have to take ownership of it, and you have to make deposits over the course of your entire life. And that plan is a daily, weekly thing, and you just
Right.
have to do it. You got to roll up your sleeves and you got to do it, because when you there's one person that has really shaped my life is Stephen Covey. And Stephen Covey wrote
Right.
The Seven
Seven
Habits
habits
of
of highly
Highly
effective
Effective.
people.
That's exactly right. I live my life by that
Right.
book. It's an incredible book of wisdom. And one
Right.
of the one of the first habits is begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. We do this with finances a lot because we understand at the end of our working years, we still need to have an abundance of money. That's the whole thing of savings and retirement account and 401k, right?
Right.
So we need to begin with our health in mind as well. And when I get 60, 70, 80 years of age, what do I want my life to be like? Is it okay for me to be bankrupt health and fat and
Right.
ugly and hurting and diabetes and I got a pump dripping out of here and all this kind? No,
I've
our
always said I want to
lives.
be 60 and sexy.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You want to be able to do what you want to do. You want to be make
Right.
decisions
Right.
instead of your bad health making decisions for you, right?
Right.
So so that's the thing. As a chiropractor, I always want to get people to really start to think about is invest in your health. It's a lifetime thing. It's a lifestyle thing, and it takes discipline. You are not going to get where you need to get if you are not, number one, being the person that is deserved of financial freedom and financial abundance and
Mm.
doing the things that those people do. So there's a continuum called be, do, have. Most people, they see the nice cars and the flashy lights and the nice watches and all these kind of material things, and they want to have that stuff, right? And they think having
Right.
that stuff is financial freedom. They think having a big bank account is financial freedom, and they want to have that stuff. Everybody does. But people don't
Right. Right.
understand you have to be a different person. If you don't already have that stuff now, then you have to be a different person in order to have that stuff. And it always
Oh my goodness.
operates be, do, and then and only then can you have. You can, most
Okay.
people just
Okay,
want to
Doc. Hold
do
on.
and have, but
Hold
they
on,
don't
Doc.
want to be.
We we, we got about 3-4 minutes left, and you just dropped a
And that's a
really good
deep
jewel
dive.
right there.
That's a deep dive.
It is. It's a real deep dive. So just give us that. I want that nugget because I'm curious about that myself. Uh,
Okay,
you have to be that person that can create that. If you're not that person already, you have to be that person that can create that.
exactly.
What? Tell me about that. Who do I have to be if I'm not that person to create that kind of lifestyle if that's what I want?
Okay, so real quick, first thing is having financial freedom and having wealth is a mindset. Period.
We've been hearing
It's
that all
all
year
starts
long.
here. Yep. So if you want to have nice material things and you want to have uh, robust health so you can enjoy robust wealth, you have to be the person who is deserved of those things. And if you're not currently that person, and for people that are looking for direction, how do I do this? How do I do this? Well, there's two things that change your life: the people that you spend your time with, that you surround yourself with, and the books that you read. If you spend your time around people that's just always on Instagram and looking at pictures and not doing the stuff and just looking at keeping up with the Kardashians and, oh, I got this, and taking selfies all the time, honey, you ain't gonna make it there. And guys, you ain't gonna make it there. You have to be the person that opens their prime example. I went to cook out for my family. My kid had a fourth birthday party, and I was sitting out with a grill with my laptop open, and I was doing patient documentation and notes that needed to be done in order to earn
Right.
money, because I'm
Right.
that person. I'm not just going to be sitting watching mindless TV and all that kinds of things. I'm doing things that are going to be connected to what my goals are in life: having
Right.
abundance of energy and health, and having an abundance of wealth, an overabundance of both of those things. So
Got you.
if you're not
Okay.
currently having the things that you want to do, you have to read books. You have to get these things like I mentioned Stephen Covey, you automatically knew who I was talking about. You're already on the
Right.
path. Um, so we have to
Thank you.
digest those things. Yeah, if you're not there already, you're already on the path. And that's how we learn to do the things that we need to do. The other things is, who are your friends? And if you don't have wealthy friends, then go find some. Make some friends that have money, that have abundance, because they will change how you think and they will change who you are. If your friends are only
Got you.
talk about what LeBron James did and how many points he scored last night, buddy, you ain't going to make it. You need to surround yourself with people who are doing entrepreneurial things, who are doing business things, who've got their mind on creating and generating goods and services for people that help them change their lives and live their lives in a different way. So you gotta
Wow.
be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. And the tough thing, and I know we're running out of time, the tough thing is a lot of times it is our family members that we have to compartmentalize, and we have to say, one of my business coaches taught me a long time ago. He said, you cannot talk to your dad about money anymore. Do not discuss money with your dad, because you can make more in 1 month than your dad make an entire year. So don't talk about money with your dad. It will cripple your earning ability. It's one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever followed.
Wow. That is staggering. I would not
Mm-hmm.
have. Wow. Wow. Sir, Dr. Bailey, Dr. Aaron B. Bailey, chiropractic artesian. Thank you for all these jewels you dropped tonight. I appreciate you so much. Um,
Thank you.
Maybe at some point we might have to have you back because this was juicy. I enjoyed this conversation. This was good for me.
I appreciate it. It was fun
So,
to have it, and I appreciate the opportunity to come back and be with you again, Derek.
sir, Dr. Bailey, I appreciate you so much. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Aaron B. Bailey, chiropractic artesian, practicing in the greater Atlanta area. Mr. Bailey, where can they find you at on Instagram?
They can find me at Vining Spine HC on Instagram. Facebook is Vining Spine and Health Center, and I am in Smyrna Vinings, real convenient for most people. They're traveling around 285 to get to, right in the northern Atlanta area. Really not far from Braves Stadium. We're like 2 exits from Braves Stadium. So convenient
Gotcha,
location. And we love what we
gotcha.
do. And for anybody that's going to come to our practice, prepare to have your life and your family's life change for the better, because
I love it.
we do not rest until we create that product.
I love it. I love it. Uh, Dr. Aaron B. Bailey, the family. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a great show for these past couple shows. This gentleman has given us lovely jewels and tidbits, and it's just been a great couple of episodes. So I thank him again for coming. Family, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been your episode of Financial Freedom. I am Derek Brown. Thank you for letting me accompany you on this journey. We'll see you again. And as always, be safe out there.
Thanks, Derek. Have a great night.